Hello again, friends. This is Darius Tubbs, Graduate Studies Coordinator at Stephen F. Austin State University, and I wanted to bring you another video on how to properly format your thesis or dissertation. Today, we are going to learn how to input a table of contents, an automatic table of contents that way, as you are adding chapter titles and whatnot, they automatically update on your table of contents. And it turns out surprisingly simple. So we're going to start with the example document that I have made, and this is the same document that I've used to teach how to do the correct page numbering. Remember the Roman numerals for the preliminary pages and then Arabic numerals for our first chapters. So in order to add a table of contents, what I want to do is first I'm going to add a blank page. Typically, the table of contents comes after the abstract and the acknowledgement. So I'm just going to click Insert Blank Page. Boom, we've got a blank page here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now that I have my blank page is I'm going to click References, and in this left corner it says Table of Contents. I'm going to go ahead and click it, and then I'm going to click Automatic. And it says creating a table of contents. Start by applying a heading style from the styles gallery to the select text. I'm going to say OK, and we will do that. So you notice that now we've got this kind of like table here, but there's nothing really in it. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to call it table of contents. And then I want this centered because it just looks better to me personally. So from here, you notice that there's nothing in the box, and that's when we have to do the little heading thing. So I want to start by going to chapter 1, and I'm going to add this heading. It's at the home on the ribbon, and chapter 1. So I'm just going to go ahead and center that one again, and scroll down to chapter 2, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add that heading. I'm going to center it. And if you want to, change the font or the color or whatever, that's totally fine. Just make sure it's all uniform. And so here I have chapter 2.1 because some of your theses or dissertations may have sub-chapters or subheadings that you want to nail. So I added 2.1 here, so I'm going to highlight that. Instead of going to heading 1, I'm going to click heading 2, and I'm going to leave that one over to the side. Now that I've input those headings, right, I'm going to come back up to my table. I'm going to click it, and I'm going to click Update Table and see what happens. Boom, just like that, it is kind of fleshed out my table of contents. It's got the pages, like chapter 1 is on page 1, chapter 2 starts on page 4. Excellent. Now, I wonder about my abstract and my acknowledgement, right? These also need to be a part of my table of contents, and I'm going to follow the same process. I'm just going to highlight them. I'm going to change it to a heading. I'm going to center it. I'm going to go back to double spacing that, and I'm going to do the same thing for acknowledgements. Heading, center. I'm going to double space it. And then I'm going to come back and you'll notice that my table hasn't updated. Well, why hasn't it updated? Because I haven't clicked Update Table. And once I click Update Table, I'm going to update the entire table, not just page numbers. So if you needed to just change page numbers, you would click that one, but I want to update the entire table in order to encompass the acknowledgements and abstract. So I'm just going to click OK, and boom. Now we've got an abstract, which is on Roman numeral 3. We've got acknowledgements, which are on Roman numeral 4, chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 2.1 on page 5. And there you have it, friends. That is how you add a table of contents to your thesis or your dissertation. As always, again, my name is Darius Tubbs, Graduate Studies Coordinator. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you and have a great day.